Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते हैं कई भाषाओं में। कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule.
America has a destiny of great import to the other nations of the earth, and those who have watched over her for centuries still watch. Through their protection and love, she shall fulfill that destiny. Please continue watching for the revealed spiritual mysteries of Ascended Master Saint Germain, Vegetarian, as recorded by Guy W. Ballard.
If you have the chance to visit charming Hungary, you would be joyfully greeted with Isten hozta, which means welcome in Hungarian. Noble viewers, I'm László. The gracious people of Hungary believe in a better future for our planet, and thank you for your ongoing efforts to achieve it. May the heavens shield you always. Welcome to another golden age upon Earth. America, we love you. A message from the unveiled mysteries by the Ascended Master Saint Germain, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. Guy Warren Ballard was a United States mining engineer and co-founder, together with his wife Edna Ann Wheeler Ballard, of the I Am spiritual movement, inspired by his life-changing meeting with the Ascended Master Saint Germain. One morning in 1930, Mr. Ballard, led subconsciously by his inner spiritual longing, went on a hike on beautiful Mount Shasta, located in the western US, where, according to legend, a group of divine adepts reside or could be seen. His sincerity and deep longing for the truth led to a profound experience that day. He was blessed by the appearance of the beloved Master Saint Germain. Following this enlightening encounter, Mr. Ballard devoted his life to spreading the Master's wisdom according to his capacity. From Master Saint Germain's dictations and teachings, Mr. Ballard wrote a series of books under the pseudonym Godfrey Ray King. Master Saint Germain's imparted spiritual knowledge was the basis for many lectures given by Mr. Ballard, as well as for the founding of the I Am religious activity in the early 1930s. By 1938, it had up to 1 million followers. Today, the volumes documenting the valuable mysteries revealed by the Ascended Master to Godfrey Ray King are still a fascinating spiritual gem for many across the globe. The three most famous volumes are titled Unveiled Mysteries, The Magic Presence, and the I Am Discourses. Ascended Master Saint Germain is deeply venerated among the Theosophical Society as he represents the establishment of the Aquarian Age, an era that we are privileged to be witnessing. He is also identified with the Count of Saint Germain, a mysterious European figure who possessed a great inner knowledge and was called immortal by some due to his everlasting youth. Today, we are thrilled to read from the fascinating book Unveiled Mysteries, filled with valuable and generously given wisdom and knowledge by the Ascended Master Saint Germain. We will continue from the moment when the Master of Ancient Wisdom takes Mr. Godfrey Ray King on a journey to a past civilization. Excerpt from Chapter 2, The Sahara Desert. Saint Germain and I became observers and actors in a scene of long ago. This is the Sahara Desert, he said. When it was fertile country, having a semi-tropical climate. This civilization, he went on, rose to its apex 70,000 years ago. These people remembered their source and knew themselves as sons of God, hence were the possessors and operators of power and wisdom that to you may seem miraculous and superhuman. In one building of the central group, we found the attendants attired in most gorgeous fabrics of soft, radiant colors that harmonized with the interior decoration. One of these acted as guide, taking us to the central building, and there he presented us to the king of this great people. The king proved to be Saint Germain. Beside him stood a young girl, very beautiful. She had hair like spun gold that hung almost to the floor and eyes of a piercing violet blue. Her entire bearing was one of loving command. I looked inquiringly at Saint Germain, wondering who she could be, and he answered, Lotus. Beside her stood a young man about 20 years of age, and a lad, perhaps 14. These were the children of the king. Again, we four were working together. With this glimpse of former lives, he said, let us enter into the activity of that blessed people. I say blessed advisedly, and you shall soon see why. The majority of them still retained the full conscious use of all their wisdom and power as sons of God, and this they wielded almost without limit, knowing full well from whence they sprang and to what they were heirs. The outer was but the instrument of the divine self, as it should be, and was only permitted to do that for which it was created. Naturally, the great inner self could act unfettered, and of course the perfection and activity of that period was one of magnificent accomplishment. At the time of this former civilization, the whole empire was filled with great peace, happiness and prosperity. The king emperor was a master of the ancient wisdom and the real cup-bearer of the light. He ruled by that light, and his empire was the living example of perfection. For hundreds of years, Saint Germain continued, this perfection was maintained without army or navy of any kind. The control of the people was vested in the care of 14 ascended masters of light, 2 working on each of the 7 rays. They thus formed points of focus for the mighty God activity to be made visible. Under these 14 luminous beings were 14 lesser masters who formed the heads of 7 departments, controlling the activities of science, industry and art. Each of the department heads guided the work under his care by conscious and direct contact with the God in himself. Hence, direct from their source, did all direction and instruction come for those under them. Thus, divine perfection was constantly flowing through without any interference from the human. This form of government was most remarkable, successful, and satisfactory in every way. There has never been anything on earth since that time which has even approached such heights. In the ancient records that have come down to the present day, this former civilization is always referred to as the Golden Age, and so it was in every activity of life. In your beloved America, in the not so far distant future, will come forth a similar recognition of the real inner self, and this her people will express in high attainment. She is a land of light, and her light shall blaze forth, brilliant as the sun at noonday, among the nations of the earth. She was a land of great light ages ago, and will again come into her spiritual heritage, for nothing can prevent it. She is strong within her own mind and body, stronger than you think, and that strength she will exert to rise out of and throw off from border to border all that weighs heavily upon her at the present time. America has a destiny of great import to the other nations of the earth, and those who have watched over her for centuries still watch. Through their protection and love, she shall fulfill that destiny. America, We, the ascended host of light, love and guard you. America, we love you. A similar form of perfect government will come at a later period when you have cast off certain activities within that hang like fungi and sap your strength as a vampire. Beloved ones in America, be not discouraged when the seeming dark clouds hang low. Every one of them shall show you its golden lining. Back of the cloud that seems to threaten is the crystal pure light of God and His messengers, the ascended masters of love and perfection, watching over America, the government and her people. Again, I say, America, we love you. One by one, great awakened souls are coming forth who will become clearly conscious of their own mighty, inherent God power, and such as these will be placed in all official positions of the government. They will be more interested in the welfare of America than in their own personal ambitions and private fortunes. Thus will another golden age reign upon earth and be maintained for an eon. In the period just preceding this, which you have been experiencing, the mass of the people used great airships for transportation purposes. As the development reached a still higher point, they had little need for them, except in the outlying districts. All the official class, because they were the more spiritually advanced souls of that race, were able to go from place to place in the finer bodies and do all they desired. They also were able to transport the physical body at will, for the use of their power to overcome gravity was as natural as breathing is to you. Gold was a common commodity in this age, as in all golden ages, because its natural emanation is a purifying, balancing, and vitalizing energy or force. It is placed within the earth by the lords of creation, those great beings of light and love who create and direct worlds, systems of worlds, and the evolution of the beings upon them. The outer mind, or intellectual knowledge of humanity, holds within it little, very little understanding of the real purpose for which God exists on this planet. It grows within the earth like a plant, and through it is constantly pouring a purifying, vitalizing, and balancing current of energy into the very ground we walk upon, as well as into the growth of nature and the atmosphere we breathe. God is placed upon this planet for a variety of uses, two of its most trivial and unimportant ones being that of using gold as a means of exchange and for ornamentation. The far greater activity and purpose of it within and upon the earth is the release of its own inherent quality and energy to purify, vitalize, and balance the atomic structure of the world. The scientific world today has no inkling as yet of this activity. However, it serves the same purpose to our earth that radiators do to our homes. God is one of the most important ways by which the energy from our sun is supplied to the interior of the earth and the balance of activities maintained. As a conveyor of this energy, it acts as a transformer to pass the sun's force into the physical substance of our world, as well as to the life evolving upon it. For more information on the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the I Am teachings, and Godfrey Ray King's books, please visit stgermainfoundation.org. Generous viewers, we appreciate your presence for today's Words of Wisdom. Please join us again tomorrow for part 2 of this program. Coming up next is Water, a precious resource for life on Earth, part 1 of 2, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming. May we be aware in each moment of our lives of the bountiful opportunities to know God.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.